Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast for me, your host and Pearl Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes, like defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on crossing in the woods to the north. It is a Devm fighting for Deutschland. Here with the 90th Panzer Grenadier with Mechanized and south. It is Manitou here with the British Empire, the Commonwealth. Standing tallly with the 52nd Infantry Division, Canadian Shock Heavy Armour and Indian Artillery. So for the double sapper versus triple pioneer opening. So we got things racing off there already, swiftly and speedily. North side got pioneers, got the first section away there for Manitou already. Devm not going for anything yet. Is he just not paying attention, which seems unlikely, or is he actually planning a sniper here? That would be an interesting pick here in the early game. And he's in fact going for a sniper. We got a sniper opening, boys.
An infantry section is present and
In the year of the Lord 2025. We got a sniper opening. Even the cat is shocked. So sniper halfway done here for Devm. Section sample sneaking westwards there. Pioneers inching forwards. Yeah, don't go, kid. And there goes sniper out here for Devm with a scope G43, which is not really a sniper weapon. They prefer typically Carnot TKs, most Nagants, even like scope the Enfields are just like civilian bolt action rifles. They get their hands like sport, like hunting rifles, would also occasionally find themselves pushed into the role of a sniper rifle. The G43, not so much. That was more of a marksman weapon. And they might as well then just equip the sniper with a Sturmgewehr with a similar scope. That was a thing too. Anyways, enough about my little complaint there. We got Grenadiers in there for Devm. Sappers take the first loss here as Gavin there goes down in the dark. Northwest here. British also come the pioneers here. Dingo hits a mine. Holy smokes, that was a really good mine there for Devm. So crucial for the sniper there. Pioneers trying for destruction of the Dingo. I'm going to get rid of the Dingo early. That's going to be a huge settle win here for Devm versus Manitou, because that means just 8 opposite of the Dingo's down. It also removes a significant threat to his sniper already. So that's going to be like, just such a big hit here if you can get rid of it. And fall short there. Really close call there for Devm and Manitou there, though. Massively close call there. Definitely not your average match when the game up play just goes for an early sniper. Thumbs up to that, I guess. Pioneers poking westwards there, another Grenadiers for Devm. Sappers close again. Of course, obviously with Devm goes for Pioneers Arctard. Seems like most likely as most of our players tend to prefer that one when they should be the Starstorm. But you never know. Devm's already like gone for snipers, who knows? He might go the Stug D and the Starstorm way as well. Fresh Grenadiers got out of here for Devm. Manitou, meanwhile, yet to pick a battle group. His Dingo, of course, heavily damaged in intensive repairs. No battle group, of course, still waiting to pull the trigger. Mines being laid down here, of course, Devm looking to, of course, just ensure the Dingo can't race down his sniper as easily as possible. Which I would say is definitely the smart move. Sappers beating the Pioneers with contemptuous ease, but the sniper, though, makes things at least for a brief while tougher. Got a recce package up here, of course, for Manitou's forces. Sappers are falling back in the face of the sniper. Got 6 casualties inflicting the enemy so far, closing in veterans 1 already. Platoon command post there for Manitou. What will Devm go for is, of course, a fantastic question. Flare there to Manitou. Going eastwards, ignoring the victory point, the primary priority, I think at the moment just going for the fuel point instead. Trying to dispose economy directly. I think that's a smart move there by Manitou. Thumbs up. Doesn't mean there's no value in grabbing the victory point, but I think if you had to choose between the victory point and the fuel point here, the fuel point does make a bit more sense. Luftwaffe company for Devm. Does make sense with Mechanized, so good accuracy does. Panther Indian company, but I imagine you want something like the 221 maybe, and some Jaegers to support a sniper. Obviously, recce section here, though, definitely find themselves on the losing end of engagement with the sniper. German grenadiers also ensuring here that Manitou can't rush the sniper, basically acting as an infantry screen. Thumbs up, this is tactically very solid. Got a Humber armor car on the way there for Manitou. Sniper there's already managed veteran 2-1.
Territory lost.
Humber there halfway done. Got the decent fuel pump, but you can see Devm there hitting the western fuel point. Saturn to intervene, put a stop to that.
Supplies aren't making it
Mines,
back to
thumbs
HQ.
up there to Devm
Lines
again.
cut.
Very savvy play there. Definitely wants to make sure that there's no like easy gaps there to like just bum rush the sniper with say the Humber armored car. I imagine though also Manitou is anticipating there's going to be more mines about, though interesting enough it does not appear like he's actually equipped his sappers with a mine sweeper, which does undercut that theory a bit. He's been pummeled by the Humber armored car that's 20mm auto cannon. Got raid tactics for Devm, we got the first DX on the way here. Humber to an extent playing it safe, though of course it does not know about the mine, and there you go, engine blown out, wheels though magically intact. Good Lord, Jenkins, hope you're alright. Yes, engine's out, but somehow the wheels are fine. How does that even work? I don't know. Anyways, feeling firm in there for Manitou, pushing the west side with the sappers. Jaegers ready here for
We're
Devm.
losing a fuel point.
Hardened veterans. Jumped in there, go the sniper caught in the center. Dinger moving in here, Devm. Oh, another mine, but this time there's still... Yes, sniper still went down though. Mine was not far enough between
We've lost them.
Sniper and the Dinger in a sense there. So, Devm here relaxing for just a moment, causing him to lose his sniper.
Lost the sector to the enemy.
After squads went there for the infantry company. Jaegers closing in with a G33 semi-automatic rifles. The G33 was basically based off the Soviet SV40 firing mechanism as well. They had tried their own semi-automatic rifle, G41. The firing mechanism on that one just wasn't very good. So they just straight up just looked at the SV40, copied that, and then made the G43 off of that. Of course, a full copy, but just the firing mechanism, then I guess the sort of G41 stuff thing. So, little fun fact there. Additional fun fact, the SV4 was actually commonly used by German troops, in particular on the Eastern Front, as it was a semi-automatic rifle. There was a lot of them lying about. So, section away in there for Manitou. Bring in more infantry. Still no battle group for him. Feels a bit like it could be Canadian shock or heavy armor. Indian artillery is still an option, but my instinct's telling me that's going to be a little less likely. Jaegers moving forward, so got the Panther about ready.
We're losing a victory point to enemy
Here we
action.
go. Arclight, ultimately as expected. No surprise there from Devm on that one. Just went with obviously what is going to be mobile, effective, fast, enables like to press an opponent in the Humber. Not a bad pick, obviously.
We've lost a sector.
Saber's busy in these, got sections of the Pioneers. Got the Arclight moving forwards, 170 to 125. Engaging the Humber armored car. Diving past him, no grenades here for Manitou, it would appear. Doesn't pursue though, obviously concerned there might be mines down from his opponent here, I imagine, or something else. Both section west here routed though, push back, push up in the cut-off point, definitely left Devm a bit separate from its eastern fuel point. We got more forces pushing in here. Jaegers overcome by the sappers, that is a pretty close engagement, but nonetheless, in the east here, Manitou claims at least a tactical victory there. The wing out looks like it's going to be dispatched in. Then we got medical station here for Devm.
Grenade packages are
There was
inbound,
men, and we got
Commander.
Manitou with grenades. Still no battle group.
They've cut us off. Territory is out of
So
supply.
far only approaching the 10-minute mark.
Initiating rollout of battlefield commissions for the men.
Infantry training as well, they're obviously very good. There's the Brits. Go, going for these sort of fuel with the heavy armored car.
Commander, rifle sections have been granted grenades, as requested.
Also worth noting, Devm currently has a trouble up against Manitou, so Manitou, I mean, at the moment it's not a big issue. She's got like over 400 victory points, but at the same time,
Infantry training completed.
he has going to have to keep at least a bit of an eye on it, because if this goes on for too long, suddenly it is going to become critical very fast. So it is something a bit worth keeping in mind there.
A fuel point is
Got
being
boys,
overrun.
anti-tank robs out there for some of the sections. Good choice there.
Sector overrun.
But here we are nonetheless with a pair of boys, anti-tank rifles. Jaegers on the move with their Panther Shrek. Got 374s, 125 here. Absolutely steadily growing now. Some fears of finally here. Manitou lacking, I think, more presence up to really push back the Germans here. No machine guns, artillery, or just sheer number of troops. Got some more infantry to fire out to the grenadiers. There you go, great Panther hit there. Takes out a big chunk of the Humber's health. Send victory point front to the British Empire. Western alongside the Western fuel will also fall here, I think, to the Brits in a few moments. Can Devm quickly enforce it to halt? That we'll have to see. Recce section setting up shop here. Engaging the Jaegers with advance here. Already got some grenadiers there. Transferred over.
The enemy have taken our territory.
There you go. Recce section also withdrawn the flamethrower pioneers there.
The beggars
Going to
are
be,
threatening
I
a
think, the
victory
final
point.
sort of bit there.
Right done. Now always eager to serve.
But Manitou, still no
Victory
battle
point
groups.
under enemy control.
Down, lads. Replacements are here. Let's all done here. Paces.
Nothing. Cut-off point we saved here from German action. We got a flak 30 for Devm.
Right done. Now what?
Was some heavy automatic fire there. Keep the Brits down. We got another section here for Manitou. No battle group still. Honestly, part of me is starting to think this could be Indian artillery just for the cheaper reinforcements.
Fire back!
And the airfield shells, perhaps. You see, obviously the Canadian shock, but even be heavy armored. It's like, at this point, still not much that really indicates like any particular direction.
Infantry section trained
There you
and
go,
ready.
fourth section out. With your Bren gun, maybe more recce packages. I mean, I suppose you even could go for more boys, but that's not a bit much. There you go, another recce package here for Manitou. Up east side here.
There you are!
German flank here by Devm. Two grenadiers squad back to the Jaegers here. Running into a lot of Brits, including the heavy armoured car. Oh, not the heavy armoured car, the Humber armoured car there. So making it a bit tougher to just push it up for some ground centre. British forces overcome here. Also drive, we got 7 command points there for Manitou, but still no major direction. Arclight diving enough to the Humber here. British forces already routed. Nothing to look protected with here, so it's going to have to like basically rely on like luck at this stage. A bit Devm's temperament, which does seem to hold out here. Close call for Manitou. Still no real signs of a bigger long-term strategy. These are the battle groups.
Our supply lines are broken. We have sectors isolated out there.
Got a mine going off there. Flak 30 sneaking in. Got the Hummer fixed up here for
Repeat.
Manitou.
Sector lost.
There's a quick tank to take up soon. Maybe get some foot guards. We'll have to see. Center though being the main focus now as Devm has once more situated himself on the cutoff point. Take the gun there for Manitou. Rough grenade off here. Nice shot. Opposite definitely send it rough grenade. That
We are
probably does
losing
even
a
more
victory
damage.
point to enemy
Maybe even
action.
had a tiny chance of helping the system wipe. But fortune for Devm, the incendiary grenades was not.
The enemy has our victory point now. We've lost a sector
I'm
to the
catching
enemy.
grenadiers there.
Orders complete.
Got the heavy armor car pushing forward.
Anti-tank
See,
crews are on standby for orders.
Fire on us.
6-pounder gun fine ready here.
Found Jerry. He's none too pleased.
30 joining in the fun. Mental gets some pioneers. Devm not paying attention. Almost, it seems, almost losing his pioneers. In fact, that was a really close call there for Devm. We still, of course, saw the pioneers groups, and then that would have been a white there. Certainly, it would have benefited Manitou there. 8 command points, but Still no selection. We're also slowly approaching the 20-minute mark.
We have 300 points.
Which is where
remaining.
typically suggest you have like a battle group picked personally. Panther Company for Devm, mine goes off there. Reginald and Lawrence going up there. Pushing a bit more aggressively, the artillery against the Hudson. The anti-tank rifle section applying some covering fire there. And there, go to the corner of the flak 30.
We have territories exposed.
Straight
out
into
there.
mine though.
Lines being cut.
Close call, but does push the flak 30 off up northwest. German infantry back the sappers. Need to get the cut-off point back fast. East side makes some progress. German counter already down here. Devm not doing too much room to breathe here. Panzer Company halfway done. Manitou to about hit 9 command points, but still does not make a pick. One wonders what he could be planning here. Anything. German force of the west making some headway there. Company command post for Manitou.
Found the enemy line!
Pushing for his own armour. With the Crown Set of Fez, it does risk falling a bit behind Devm in the armour race.
Hold all victory points.
And there you go, triple come again here. Manitou needs to do some bit more active work here versus Devm, I think. Closing in 10 command points, while he still hasn't picked a single thing. He's starting to raise, I think, some concerns there with me.
The enemy is pushing hard. We're down to 250 points.
247. Hummer's definitely getting some work done here versus Devm, but arguably so is the Arc Guard. We got Starswim for Devm. 2 thumbs up. The infantry is definitely going to give Manitou here further difficulties as the match progresses. East side here, Wrecker section pushed back. Pushing on the centre there. Got the company command post ready. But a bit of time for him to say calling it a foot guard section. Crusader tank. Yinyak spotting mine, sweeping them. Thumbs up there to Manitou. There we go. 6-pounder gun scoring great here in the heavy armored car. Diving with the Humvee, trying to get his finishing shot off here on it. Very close here though. Getting rid of the Arctic would certainly be very beneficial here for him. And he gets it! Devm's heavy armored car is no more. Meanwhile, Starsman at the centre support on the flak 30 here with the MD-42 and the G-43s in the centre. Anti-tank section continue to occupy the German air attention. And Far East Pioneer is starting to apply even more pressure here to Manitou's right flank. West side though. German counterattack inbound here. Manitou, 12 command points, still nothing happening there. Humber being withdrawn like the other for Crusader tank on Matilda 2 here.
Work done. Now what?
Which of the two we shall have to see.
Victory point under enemy control.
And is in fact the Matilda 2 infantry tank here. Devm's got a bit to go for one corner of Panther 4.
Supplies aren't making it
Yeah,
back to
map there
HQ.
quickly becoming
Lines
more and more
cut.
German.
Sector lost. Repeat. Sector
Multiple
lost.
Panthers, spotting scopes, Vespers there for Devm.
Commander, enemy forces hold all victory points.
Starsman falls back the enemy there.
Enemy troopers! Getting keen!
Our munitions point is being
91
overrun.
was from 24. There we go, Matilda 2 infantry tank ready to pipe Manitou with some much needed support. He continues to operate without a battle group. We're about to hit the 20-minute mark, which again is where I typically recommend you having a battle group after 20 minutes. I typically find there's not really much benefits like not having, just having the battle group floating about as an option, but not actually picking anything. So, let me think Manitou really needs to, like, you know, put some thought into it.
The men are itching to give the Bosch a little payback, Commander.
Finally got one. It is ends up being Indian Artillery. Does go for chief reinforcement, but arguably cut this much sooner. At those chief reinforcements going much sooner, having a much bigger manpower advantage. One of sorts of foot guards, but as with Gurkhas, so great he picked one, but yeah, no, I'm saying it's going to be this one. He could easily like cut that up much sooner. I think that'd been a much bigger benefit to Manitou versus Devm. So still, he has picked it, so we'll have to see if we can still managed to siphon a lot of advantage out of it. In the west, Grenadiers in a bit of trouble with Matilda 2. Might get a wipe here with a bit of good luck and fortune. Nope. Looks like Devm's luck holds out here. Attempts at the cut-off point here. Manitou getting more and more aggressively assertive versus Devm. Got a Vickers machine gun as well. Manitou's strategy is starting to become something a bit more solid at this point.
Ordnance is being made available to artillery crews. Frontline sectors are ready to be barraged at the first sign of enemy activity, Commander.
Got a lot of artillery there. That is. Oh, perimeter monitor.
Heavy machine gun has been deployed for you.
So, Panther on the way here for Devm. Had considered a Panther 4, but I think Matilda 2 did force Devm's hand into something a bit heavier. A bit more gun power. Oh, got a wipe here. Nice work there by Devm. Thumbs up. Painful blow there to Manitou.
Victory point belongs to the enemy.
Jo. Panzerkampfwagen 5, Ausführung die ready, adding the spotting scopes. 145 to 393.
The enemy has claimed a sector.
That's going to be a headache then, a half here for the Matilda 2. Panther, of course, crucially noting he's got 1 6-pounder gun to make second off gun. We'll have to see how that works out. So far, though, not a single shot is penetrating the Panther's front line. Great for Devm. Less ideal for Manitou here. Got the eggs in hot pursuit here, but they're running to machine gun fire. They got the Till Ultra raining down, high explosive death upon them. Might even see the eggs wiped here if Devm isn't careful. Close call there, but I think withdrawing the Matilda too far, they increase the chance of actually getting a finishing shot there on the Jaeger squad. So, bit I imagine relief that Devm must be feeling as he watches that last Jaeger actually survive. Panther pushing forwards once more. 145 to 378. Another section there for Manitou and foot guards, for example.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Got a first section there. We got training on there for him. Oh, the recce package. Though we got training, obviously. Silly Dane. 145 to 372. Manitou's managed to stabilize the situation in terms of victory points. Casualty wise, sectors down to slightly pull ahead of Devm. Still plenty of work to be done here for the Brit. West side, Devm's got a smaller contingent moving in, Gurney, supported by 2 Pioneer squads.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Rushing 40, perhaps able to catch here. Devm's Panther with 300 tank grenades. Devm isn't paying attention.
Victory point is in enemy
He's got a fairly
hands.
damaged, but at the same time, not saying it's ooh, Pioneer's wiped. Devm's starting to encounter more difficulties now. Seems like Manitou sort of more found his strategy versus Devm, and the Germans are certainly, I imagine, a bit frustrated. 143 was 362.
Gurkha rifles have been brought up to the front. Enemy
Manitou here,
forces have claimed a
bringing in the
sector.
Gurkhas. That move though, pardon me if it could also think some foot guards could do the job just as well. I imagine they'll be equipped with Bren guns. Most Brit players tend to put Bren guns on the tops of the Gurkhas. Then they're getting absolutely multi flak 35, MP42 stars to them. There goes white. Matilda on the scene, but just can't seem to deal with the Jaegers. They're fast enough. There we go, nabbed. Looks like they're going to get away here. Manitou holding back here, allowing Devm to successfully haul off the MP42 and save the Jaegers. The Gurkhas give us the stars to them. Veterans 1 and Veterans 2. No upgrades there and there. Go flak 30 on the scene. Ultimately turns the tide in favour of Dust Files Alive. 140 was 354. 43.
Gurkha are arming for combat now. Deploy when ready.
You start moving about there.
Hold on here.
Panther on the move. briefly at least it would appear.
Repairs finished. Work done.
140 was 340. Large amount acquired here. We'll have to see what Manitou goes for next. Maybe another Matilda Crusaders grants. I mean, he does have a few, paths to pick there.
Enemy tank! What engaged?
There you go. Panther catching Matilda 2 here. They're failing to penetrate.
Territory lost.
Orders complete.
Double cap knife from Manitou and Devm. Trenching in the gap between the two players at a fairly steady pace.
March or die, lads. Take.
Rushing straight ahead here, going in for an anti-tank grenade on the Panther. The Panther can't find for that much follow-up, may not be that impactful. East side here, section we have one reflect 30's German forces push ahead.
I'm getting a little too close.
More damage there. Another machine gun there for Manitou. Inside, German assault there intensifies here, and Manitou's eastern position to across the stream here and reclaim to the other territories the name of Das Vaterland. Vic is about to head here at Fort Britannia. Jump Panther for Devm. Bring in the big self-propelled heavy armored guns.
Heavy machine gun and crew are victory point lost. The enemy
Manitou though, certainly not without his choices. Could run for the cut-off point there. Striking Devm in the economy once more.
Orders complete.
From the Venus Starstorm, Panther move once more, support our pioneers. Decisive though losing out to the Matilda, lacking any anti-tank weapons. They are very much powerless against
They're
them.
losing a munitions point.
Got the Panther fire arriving.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Take cover.
Meanwhile, Sturm Panzer fear them mobilized for Devm. Thumbs up. 140 to 244. Manitou continue to slowly, ever so slowly, close the gap between the two players here. Match those definitely getting a bit more grindy, less movement oriented. I feel like as both players starting to focus more heavily on the center here. Talk about lucky in that machine gun crew, truth be told. West side, Jaegers, Jump Punch pushing in the left flank. Actually, here from Manitou is wide open. Might want to put a stop to that soon. East up, British forces advancing against Devm as he pushes through the west. Got the Pioneers, Panther getting spotted. There he goes, Jump and shoots. Vic is taking a bit of a concussive blast. The Panther goes great on the turn. We've got 6 Panther getting a shot in return. Machine gun pushed back here by the Sturm Panzer. 6 Panther could be the next victim. Panther with the damaged engine though.
Lines broken. We have sectors.
Got Mechanized assault activated here for Devm, looking to squeeze every little bit of advantage he can out of this match. 6 Panther narrowly escapes the wrath of the Sturm Panzer. Close call there. Cut-off point being nabbed by British forces. Roughly 72 Panthers desperately escaping. Grenadiers, machine gun being moved in. As Devm rushing his jump up here with his massive British force there. Tilda there, defending off against the Stars
The
of
enemy
Advance.
is pushing us back from our sector.
140 to 6, gap closing ever more.
A victory point is being overrun.
Devm though clearly not taking his line down, trying to get as many victory points as he can back here. Not going quite as smoothly as he'd like to.
We're losing a victory point.
So there's a bit of a problem there for Devm. Needs to send in the Panther, something was over there. 6 Panther through here, gone.
Victory point lost.
As Manitou feverishly rushes men to man the gun here against the Sturm Panzer here, but
Victory point.
being down to 2 men all on health here, there's a good chance it wipes it pretty swiftly here. Not very lucky there for Manitou. Significantly a lot less fortunate for Devm. 137, that's under 84. Devm back to bleeding up. Manitou victory. Once Sturm Panzer goes kaput. The many 150mm shells that just combusting the entire thing from the inside until they get flanked by the Panther. Moving into the time loss of gun there. The side armor stamps, no chance. Might as well be painfully held together by peanut butter. against that much velocity and raw kinetic power. Matilda goes kablamo. 119 was on 84. Almost got a trouble cap against Manitou once more. Devm.
The beggars are threatened. Our opponent is in control of
There
all
we go.
victory
Triple cap
points.
once more. Manitou needs to move swiftly and with great resolution. There you go. Manitou going for granted. Starting investing in some bigger tanks here with more effective guns than Attila 2 here to take on Devm and Deutschland.
Quiet down, you wankers! Bloody machine gun! Get out of his range!
Machine gun fire being silenced with artillery.
Command has issued orders.
89 was 84. There we go. Mentally slowing down Devm's lead of him. And there we go. Halting it. Buying Manitou precious time here versus Devm. And Das Vaterland. Got the Grannies routed. East Flick 30 moving up.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
85's on 80.
Victory point under enemy control.
Orders complete.
Panther getting shot at here. Manitou trying his best to get some sneaky shots in that way. Panther cheating eventually 2 thumbs up. And there you go. Starts on the flank, you're letting loose. 85 is on 79.
Lost.
East Flat crew though doing immense work against British forces. They once more largely focus on the centre. There's actually some action in the west for once here. Definitely putting some pressure down to Devm's economy that way. None of the Sturmpanzer for Devm. Who believes in the Sturmpanzer?
Crew killed.
Machine crew there knocked out. Starts reinforcing healing. I mean, he could also consider some more Starstorm down the road here. We'll have to see if he actually does that. Then some more infantry could prove to be critical here. Pushing back Manitou and his very large numbers of infantry here. Certainly could be a very good investment. Meanwhile, machine crew being hammered by the flak 30. 577. Anthony Senior versus the Sappers. Flesh. Sturmpanzer here for Devm.
Threatening a victory point.
85, 174 here. Mines in the centre. Machine the West here in a bit of trouble.
Victory point is in
But
enemy
pulls through
hands.
nonetheless straight for the cut-off point here. Mines being laid down. Panther defending the eastern victory point here. Starstorm moving in to provide crucial infantry support here for the Panther. And we got the first ground release for Manitou. Thumbs up. Perhaps could have goes sooner. That's later than ever, I suppose. Pioneers some trouble here. Section getting mauled. Sturmpanzer moving in. Ace Pioneers, though, perforated.
Enemy action.
Permanently put away. 80 versus 172 is 79. Devm's aiming for another triple cap here. And honestly, at this point, once he gets the triple cap going, it's going to be very difficult for Manitou.
35 points remaining.
Because he's going to have a very, very little room to like get anything done at that point to like recapture it. He's going to have to like rush out something pretty fast. Because he waits
Medium tank.
even like a
Available
bit too
to
long
use.
here, it's going to be game over.
Damn it.
So got the ground right there.
Enemy holds all
Sappers.
victory points.
Goodness sections. 56 on 72. Pouring everything into the centre where Devm's got quite a few resources invested. And the train certainly also makes it easy for Devm to defend against the push here. I think really just makes this questionable there by management. Obviously, again, at this point in the match, with 2 few victory points, no real path was going to be great for him, but I think pushing up the centre like this was probably, out of all the options, the weakest one.
We've lost us.
23,
25 points left.
20. Pushed off the west one there. Go GG game over. Loss for money to a victory for Devm. Ruthless fight here with a few surprises, including the snipers. So, hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. This is Imperial Scene. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.